Who's on the phone?
Well, Ivan is new. I haven't seen him before, so welcome, Ivan. I'm going to add you to the spotlight. You may ask your question.
Hello,
Ivan.
hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes.
Yeah, I am Ivan. I am from
Hello.
Bulgaria. You know?
Oh, you want to ask question? Did you say?
I have a problem, Professor Young.
Oh, you got a problem.
Yeah, I have the same problem when you teach me now. Yeah, my problem is a level spastic paraparesis. And your Jason, you know Jason from Slovakia.
Oh yes, yes, you told me. Oh, so it was you. Oh, hello, hello, hello.
Hello, Professor. And thank you.
Hello.
Jason made for me spontaneous.
Yes, he helped me before. Yes.
Yeah, he make only one time spontaneous treatment, and I was very good. My spastic gone.
Oh, good.
My pain gone. My body, thank you. I was very happy, but my body was very happy.
Good.
But only one time we make this spontaneous treatment.
Yeah, I know you were asking where you can find Jason. Jason is now living in Slovakia.
Yeah,
and I'll do is I can try to give you all the contacts. So can you contact him again? Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Because they're happy.
Yeah,
okay?
Professor Leon, please tell me where I go to somebody or somebody want to teach me for my problem, because I know that your system, spontaneous Qigong, for me is very good for treatment. Very good.
Thank you. Okay, now, like I said, I'm sorry that because, I don't have a lot of qualified internal Taoist physicians at the moment. I only train up about a dozen of them all over the world. Jason is the nearest one to you. So if you really want treatment, you have to, contact him. But in the future, I'm doing a curriculum for training. And when maybe in these couple of years, when it's ready, then you can join us and you can learn it properly. Okay? So keep
he's a very good person. Jason is very good person and
very nice,
professional.
Yeah.
He teach me now how I make for myself spontaneous Qigong.
Good.
He teach me.
Good.
Okay. Thank you very much for you and for him.
Thank you. Very nice.
Thank you very much.
Maybe in the future, I could ask you if you like to do an interview for us, so you can actually in detail telling us what you've been through. So we share it for all the people, which are suffering from this kind of problem. Okay?
Yeah. I have only one question. When you come to guest in Slovakia, you?
At the moment, is the pandemic. And I haven't even been out of my house for 2 years.
Yeah, pandemic,
2 years. Maybe after the pandemic's finished, and an European, I know you have a lot of problem with the war scenario. So maybe when it calms down, I will come. Don't worry.
Maybe you come.
I will. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Be happy. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ivan, thank you for sharing your testimonial. And Professor was asking if you would like to do some interview in the future. I posted my email address because I don't have your phone number. I posted the email address in the chat. So if you can send me an email so we can stay in contact for our future testimonial and webinar. Thank you. Okay. I'm going to go for the second. There are some other questions.
Thank you very much.
Rebecca has a question. Do you do your pulse diagnosis before the spontaneous?
Can we give me the back of the frame, please? Controller. Thank you. Okay. Come again, the question?
Do you
Do I
do
take the
your
pulse?
pulse diagnosis before the spontaneous?
We do the pulse all the time. Do the pulse all the time. But usually when I first do the pumping the energy in, I don't take the pulse, but sometimes I do take the pulse, you know, it's part of it. And then during the response, I also stop it, and then I'll take the pulse and see the differences. And even after the therapy, I also take the pulse. So all the time, because the body changing all the time. And the pulse is from the inside information of all the different organs, okay, telling you from the outside. So that's how the pulse we use in traditional Chinese medicine. We're taking a pulse is very important, and it has to be taken all the time. Okay, yeah, all the time. Okay, yeah, thank you.
And Asko asked a question. So if one would want to trigger subconscious healing in themselves, will that be using points or breathing?
Okay, now these are two questions, and it's two studies. One is Xing Qi Su, the other one is Daoyin Su. They have 4,000 years of registration. Xing Qi Su is moving of energy, and that is biochemical, mostly biochemical, because it's directly dealing with all the Neidan, okay? And the Neidan, they are hormone today, so it's kind of a biochemical reactions. And mostly the qi we talk about, because inside we have a lot of different energy, isn't it? 14 different organs, you know, about hundreds different, different type of Neidan. So that means, you know, the moving energy is a very specific study or medical study. Okay, yeah. And Xing Qi Su was the ancient term, and also another ancient term is called Qi Fa. Now, today, the fashionable term is Qigong, right? So when you're talking about Qigong, and mostly a lot of time that we are talking about, you know, the Xing Qi Su, with relating to the breathing skill. And when you talk about a Daoyin Su, it's the energy point, which is obviously like the musculoskeletal, is the exercise, it's the methodology, And today's term is Neigong, the Neigong, internal training, okay? Thank you. I saw Dr. Werso was asking, wasn't it?
Not sure. Only Dr. Werso was only saying thank you.
Okay.
And one more question from Rebecca. Can you say how the immune system is benefited by the spontaneous treatment, as rheumatoid arthritis is classified as an autoimmune condition?
Yes, the immune system is just a term, or modern term, isn't it? Okay, yeah. And the immune system is from the ancient Chinese term. We had a few thousand years of records. We call it Wei Hei. Wei Hei. Wei Hei in the Cantonese is a defensive energy. Okay, so that means, yes, the immune system itself, right, has a lot to do with it, but is it one particular type of internal energy? And obviously we have to maintain it. Now, a lot of the time that people said that, oh, the immune system is imbalanced, and a lot of the time that the immune system start killing, you know, the inside of body cell and this and that. It's because it's this yin and yang, it's not balanced. So you can balancing it. Once you can balancing it, you know how to deal with them. So you have to relating to spontaneous now, because there's biochemical reaction. Just, you know, so that's why it's very important. And you know, the immune system, once the immune system is strong, okay, yeah, become defensive. So we Chinese have a saying, if this, we call it the Wei Hei. If you do, the Cantonese would say it like this: is Wei Hei Kang, that's don't Mo Wei Hei. So if the defensive of your body is strong, no evil. They call it the ancient term, the evil spirit, isn't it? That's why it's all spiritualism. That means evil illnesses, so we say, illnesses, evil, bad health status cannot attack you. Okay, yeah, so yes, this is very important. Yeah, it's part of the internal Taoist medicine study. Okay.
Thank you.
Next one.
Those were the questions.
Okay.
I just wanted to remark that this was the first footage that I've seen. This is a new footage to me because I've been seeing quite a lot of footages lately.
Oh, there's
And
loads of them.
yeah,
Plenty.
yeah, but
28
what I
years,
was,
I haven't got time to sort it out, mate.
yeah, but what I've seen is that there are these movements, you cannot do that by consciousness because it's a very quick reflexes, like bending, the arching, etc. And you were saying that all the animals came out. I haven't been able to distinguish one, but that will be a training session. But I mean, it's a matter of training, right? And learn how to diagnose.
Experience, yeah.
Yeah, and it's very fascinating to see how the body can contract itself, and just like an instant, because you were saying if people saying that, oh, this is fake, and then I would challenge them to mimic these movements and see if they can produce these movements.
I have one very ancient, very old film, right? Very old film. I have to dig it out, and they're still in the, not digital. They're all in this cassette things, you know, little cassette things. So I have loads of things. I haven't got time to transfer it because that could be a very good topic. Because at one time I have three people lying down on the floor, right? And what I did was, obviously, it just looked like it's Harry Potter's coming. So that's why sometimes I don't want to use this, because, you know, if people look outside and look at it, they just say that, wow, it's fake. It is Photoshop. This is the new software on the video. But it was made back in the 90s, right? Yeah, back in the 90s, yeah. And what happened is when I put my hand, not on one person, and when I was doing my hand like this, three of them, the spasm on the floor, really powerful spasm, and it continues for about 5 to 10 minutes. Now, there's no way you can ask somebody to twist like that on the floor for that long. Mm-hmm. So there are a lot of these things. So like I said, when later on, when the aid research get a little bit more fundings and things, then we transfer all these films into digital so we can share it. Okay.
Yeah. Dr. Gemina was saying that she has a lot of difficulty of differentiating the movement of each animal. Yeah, it's a training.
Well, it's a matter. Well, if you don't train, of course, you cannot see it. Yeah. Okay, that's my job. To later on, maybe I can log on to. There's a lot of these videos on the video already. Try to go through my video lectures. You can learn something, and then you can. Because some other lectures, I have all the diagram as well. Okay, yeah.
I have myself. I was also with Jason Dean, like in 2018, and I've gone through all those spontaneous as well. It was very powerful. And then I did put on my camera, but it failed to record. And then I never had this this very powerful reaction. I was jumping like a deer. I was laughing spontaneously. You know, I was doing martial arts, and also this sensitivity, the sensual dancing. I really didn't like the sensual dancing, but you cannot mimic that, because I try to do that also using consciousness. I try if I can do the same movement. It's different. It's really different. Okay. But yeah.
We try again. Don't worry. You know, I'll zap you next time when we meet. Okay.
No, I can do myself, but I just need to put on my camera to record it, because otherwise it's just.
You better notify your husband, right? No, he's gonna call the ambulance in a minute.
Oh yeah, true.
Okay, good. Any more?
So that was it for tonight, I think. People.
Any more questions? Anyone?
No. Oh, there's only one person coming in, but if we are almost done. For the person.
Okay, Lippert said they would like to see Nancy zapped. Okay, Lippert, next time come over from Hawaii. I'll zap you. Okay, and I walk over to Hawaii. How's that? And you can see yourself being zapped.
Yeah. So those were the questions, Professor. Oh, we can work on the video digitalization action, Professor.
That's Marco, wow. Wow. Okay. Yeah, good. Now, I actually bought a machine to transfer it, but it just that, the technical, what software, and I just don't have time to go through it. I'm completely ignorant on the IT. That's why I've been sitting up in my study room for all those years. Okay, but it would be nice, you know, I can actually, before I kick my buckets, I could have all the 28 years. I can still doing it. I'm still can record it now, but the old one is very important. Yeah. So I like to put it into our library. It's like a central library for egg research, you know, for people in the future, for references for our students to study and to actually analyze it.
It's
Marco,
very valuable.
I'll take up on your offer. Okay, thank you.
It's very
Very
valuable,
well.
all your work and the video footage. So, oh, egg research stands for Ancient Chinese Human Energy.
Yes, ancient Chinese human energy. Like I said, sorry, I'm using the Chinese word because I'm only a Chinese. The other races, they have human energy as well, but I'm not qualified. I cannot speak the language, so I cannot comment on other people's job. Yeah, thank you.
So I think those were the last questions, Professor.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you, and thank you for coming. I'm Dr. YK Leung. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Thank you,
Bye.
Professor Nancy. Bye-bye.
You're welcome.
Nancy, try to get in touch with Ivan, isn't it? Ivan, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I hope he wrote down my email address because I don't.
Okay.
Hey, Suvasa.
Oh,
So,
Suvasa. Suvasa, hi. Hey, when are you going to represent Greeks? Eh? I'm waiting for you.
Soon.
Good. Give it up. Give it
Greece,
up.
egg
Oh,
research,
you're
Greece.
well. Thank you.
So, so Ivan, can you please send me an email so we can contact you for an interview?
Good.
Do
Okay.
you have my
Oh, so
email
Vasa, I'm
address?
going to interview you as well. Okay. So you can share your experience of Vasa. Okay. Bye.
So, I'll just
Thank you.
put down my number as well.
Okay. Now I'm going to go now. Yeah.
Yes.
You guys
Thank you,
carry on
Professor.
if you want to talk. You can talk.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.